Okay, class, practice number 4. Today we have to work on a math function, addition specifically. The first thing you need to do is to download these resources, material for addition activity. It is a picture and a click sound. Download it, please. We need them for the app for today. After that, get into App Inventor. After getting to App Inventor, remember that it will open the last project you work on. So let's go to projects and start a new project. This one has to be named practice number 4. And your name, practice 4 underscore and your name. Remember that. We can use spaces. We need to use undercases. Way to load your project and upload your files. Upload a file. And it is math, the math picture and the click sound. Where is the click sound? Click sound, click sound over here. We have the click sound. Okay, now the first thing is to set the design. Remember, we are on designer view. So let's start with the design. The first thing we need to set is the background image. You worked on that the previous practice, the previous project. On the screen's properties, we need to go to the background image and select the math picture. And we have our picture as a background. The second thing we need to do is to insert a table arrangement. Okay, you will find on the palette and the layout section. Add a table arrangement. Here, over here, we need to set 3 rows, not 2. We need 3 rows on the table arrangement. Leave the rest like that. With 2 columns, height and width automatic. Only change 3 rows, from 2 to 3 rows. Now we have to add something new, a label and a text box. First, we need to add a text box into the table arrangement, like this. Over here, I have to rename my text box as number 1. It will contain my first number. Remember, we are creating an app where we have to sum 2 numbers. This is the first number. Here, it will contain the first number. Then, on the text box properties from number 1, we have to go below and change some things. We have to change this where it says hint. We need to change it to type here. And we need to activate the numbers only function over here. Activate numbers only. Okay. Then we have to add a label on the right of the text box over here in this place. And we need to change only the text for label number 1. We need to change that to number 1. We need to type number 1 on the label's properties, obviously. Select the label, go to properties, retype on text number 1. Then we just need to add a new text box and rename it. This time is going to be, for this text box, number 2. And we have to do the same as we did on number 1. We need to change the hint option to type here and numbers only. That's it. We need to add a label on the right of the text box and change the text to number 2. Number 2. Like this. This is something new for you. Over here on my text box number 1 and my text box number 2, it would contain the numbers that we need for the addition, for the operation. It is important to rename it so we can identify them on the programming section, on the blocks view. It is important. On the next video, you will know why. So the last thing we need to do over here is to add a button on this place. change, well, rename, actually rename to addition, add. Okay. And also we need to rename the text box. The text box, no, sorry, the text for button number 1 to sum, which means addition, the operation. On the left of the bottom, we have to add a new text box and we have to rename it outcome, which means result, resultado. Over here, we need to change something. We need to erase the hint option. It has to be in blank like this. And we need to activate this time read only, the function read only. Remember, we have a click sound over here, so we need that sound component into the viewer and link it to the click sound over here. Why do we need a sound? Because I want that every time I press the button, it has to sound. So the last thing we need to do is to center these objects. On the screen's properties, look for the alignments and change them to the center, like this. And we just set our designer view. The next video, it will be the programming and testing my app.